everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and with the new DLC for Dead by Daylight, Tools of Torment, coming out on Tuesday, I thought we'd go ahead and read through the lore of the three characters. Probably break this video up into 3 parts so it won't be too long. Remember, when Tools of Torment comes out on Tuesday, there is going to be the opportunity for you to buy the entire DLC. And only by buying the entire DLC from your platform store will you be able to get what looks to be 2 exclusive cosmetics for the survivors in this. So keep that in mind on release day. Also on chapter release day, I will be live streaming, and I will most likely have some copies of the DLC to give away. So if you want to come hang out with me on Twitch on Tuesday, you might win the DLC and get those exclusive cosmetics as well. So anyway, let's get right into it. We're going to start out with Thalita Lyra here. Dead by Daylight tweets, dangerous problems require creative solutions. Meet Thalita Lyra. Learn more here. When you click that, it takes you to the official Dead by Daylight website with this section entitled Thalita Lyra Dead by Daylight Survivor Lore. 5-minute read. Bet. All right, here we go. If you were to ask, Thalita Lyra would tell you that what she wanted in life more than anything was to bring people together. Whether it was her father selling out clubs for the latest Foro band he'd signed, or her mother showing off Botafogo, Lapa, and Ipanema to groups of tourists from around the world, Thalita Lyra loved seeing people come together to share their passion and form meaningful connections. As a teenager, Thalita found her community through kite fighting. Her uncle Ignacio taught Thalita and her younger brother Renato to settle their petty squabbles through making kites and flying them into each other until someone's string is cut and a winner is decided. Thalita and Renato would spend their summers at Ignacio's beachfront kite shop, working in the mornings and fighting kites in the afternoon. Their antics caught the attention of kids and adults alike, and it wasn't long before Thalita started teaching kite fighting at the shop. Eager to connect with even more people, Thalita would film these fights and post them online. Free publicity, she told her uncle. Little did Thalita know that her kite fighting videos would be her ticket to stardom. Videos that featured her and her commentary would get more hits, with viewers commenting on Thalita's kite fighting insights and her charm. The videos even caught the eye of a modeling agent. Before she knew it, Thalita was booking photo shoots for print ads and appearing in commercials. She loved the work and knew it wouldn't be long before she could transition to acting. Then she would be capital F famous, like the stars of the telenovas she watched growing up. Her community would span all of Brazil and maybe even beyond. But it was not to be. Little by little, modeling took Thalita further from the kite shop. First, she had to give up playing to let the nicks on her hands heal, and then she had to spend her days networking, schmoozing, and lining up gigs well in advance. By the time Thalita graduated high school, her agent was eager to get her even more work, which meant even less time at the kite shop. And all this hard work and dedication will be worth it, she told herself. Years passed in a flurry. Thalita was burned out and sick of the awkward stares and lingering glances from strangers. Fame, it seemed, was not as glamorous as she thought it would be. Excuse me. Late nights talking with Renato helped her realize that what it was she was missing. Connection. Genuine connection with like-minded people. That is how her father and mother drew people to them, and kite fighting was what connected Thalita with others. Within a few short months, Thalita had quit modeling, used her money to open her own shop, with Ignacio's blessing of course, and brought Renato on as her business partner. Fun Kites Rio became the premier destination for kite fighting materials, and Thalita's fame helped attract even more people to the hobby. It was a great start, but Thalita, as always, wanted to reach even more people. Fun Kites Rio's first tournament was a success, drawing hundreds of participants to the outskirts of Rio to watch dozens upon dozens of kites dancing in the sky. In between socializing with old and new friends, helping at the concession stands, and even playing a match or two, Thalita found a few moments to cry happy tears by herself. She had done it. This was exactly the community she wanted to create. By the time the sun set and the tournament came to a close, the field was covered in litter. Thalita and Renatu stayed behind to clean up. The full moon was high in the sky when Renatu noticed something, a strange drone floating over the field. Thalita's mischievous childhood self came roaring back. Time for a challenge, a race to take down the drone. Renatu couldn't help but accept. And in the end, Thalita's kite was the one to get caught in the drone's rotor blades. She cheered as Renatu watched the thing sputter into the forest, leaving a trail of smoke in its wake. Thalita didn't want to look for the fallen drone. She was happy to leave her kite behind. But Renatu walked off to the trees on his own, and Thalita couldn't let her brother wander the dark forest by himself. Deep in the woods, Renatu found more than just the drone. Thalita heard a scream and watched as a man drenched in blood emerged from the forest. She grabbed her brother, desperate for help, but it was already too late. Thalita nearly screamed as the man split in two and a woman stepped forward covered in high-tech hunting gear. Why wasn't Renatu moving? She grabbed her brother and ran. Another drone floated overhead like the one she had downed with her kite. They were the hunter's eyes, and she had plucked one of them from the sky. Renatu was in shock, and Thalita saw that his arm had been cut deeply. When? It didn't matter. He was bleeding and they needed to get to safety. That was when she saw the factory, a rotting brick building collapsing under the weight of time. Thalita led Renatu into the factory and found a dark alcove to hide. The hunter followed and she dragged some wooden beams across the entrance. The only way out, blocked off. Thalita knew time was running out. If the hunter didn't find them first, her drone would. Thalita peeked from their alcove. The factory was changing, its dark and dingy walls dissolving into a bright and sunny landscape. A beach. She found her resolve. A way out. A chance to survive. All she had to do was run. Thalita put her arm around Renatu and pulled him to his feet. She thought she heard Renatu telling her to stop, but she ignored him. This was their chance. They ran along the beach, leaving the hunter behind, picking up warm sand with each stride. Thalita never stopped running, not even when the sand turned into swirling black fog. That wasn't as long as some of the other lore's been. That wasn't too bad. I always read these and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 15 minutes. All right, Fun Kites Rio. So, as I said, DLC is coming out on March 7th with Thalita and Renatu. I've been saying Renato, but when you hear the voice lines in game, she addresses him more like Renatu. So that's what I'm going to go with. And Adriana Imai, the Skull Merchant, will all be coming out on March the 7th. So we'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody. As always, I appreciate the time that you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.